Her topic is say it like you mean it. Why every leader needs a negotiator's mindset. We look forward to your presentation.
Have you ever had a moment when a simple question literally stopped you in your tracks?
Yeah.
Well, it happened to me in the most unfortunate place, a job interview. See, this was the job I dreamed of. I had prepared for it. I walk in the interview, and across from me is a middle-aged white man with salt and pepper hair, deep-set eyes, and a smile that says half friendly and half skeptic. First question, I nail it. Second question, I crush it. And then he sits back in the chair and looks at me and says, Ranieka, why are you the best candidate for this job? And then I heard it, that whisper of doubt. The one that was asking me, should you really be here? Are you only here because they need a black woman at the table? I almost let it win. My heart starts pounding. My palms are sweating. My mind is racing. And then I remembered a master class with a lesson that I hadn't thought about so long ago. And this master class and this lesson was in the summer of 1984. You see, I am a product of Detroit, Michigan. For some of you, that is the Motor City. I spent much of my childhood there. And in the summer of 1984, my father, Ronald Curtis Weston, dragged my brother and I all across the city looking for one thing, a refrigerator. Now, for most kids, it probably sounds a little boring, but not for me, because my father's a master negotiator. We looked, and we found it. And there it was. It was the most beautiful black lacquer, I think they call it, that one had ever seen. It had side-by-side doors, an ice maker. Oh, this thing was state-of-the-art for 1984. And I look around, and there's a sign. As is. My father inspects the refrigerator. Everything must be great because 3 days later, it arrived. We're all excited, we run downstairs, and we see something right smack dab down the middle. It's about the size of a fist. It's a dent in this new refrigerator. Well, my father was not happy. He picked up the phone, he's dialing, it was a rotary phone, because it was 1984. And then all of a sudden, customer service is on the line. Sir, how can I help you? My father states his case. The woman then says, sir, you did see the as-is sign. And based upon this price, looks like the salesperson gave you a really great deal. So why do you deserve a new refrigerator? My father said, yes, all of that is true. It was a great price. And I am a loyal customer. And I'd like to figure out how we can make this a win for everyone. They continue to talk. My father says, oh, you seem like an appliance expert. What would you recommend? And I'm telling you, less than 5 minutes later, my father had gotten a brand new refrigerator. But it wasn't that good because she did make him pay for the delivery charge. And so when we think about what my father said, let's figure out how we can make this a win for everyone. He had the negotiator's mindset. He didn't jump in and say, I want my money back, this is wrong. No, he paused for a moment and he had clarity. He knew exactly what he wanted and he had the courage to ask for it. And he had the commitment to stay with it until he saw it through. So as I'm sitting in this interview and I'm thinking about that question, that simple question that stops me, why are you the best candidate for this job? I'm thinking about my mind that's racing because this whisper that I hear, and then I think about the master class in 1984. And so I straighten my suit, I look right across the man with that smile that's half friend and half skeptic, and I say, sir, the reason that I would say I'm the best candidate for this is because I've led teams to deliver results. I create environments where people can thrive, and I am a diverse candidate, which would be a welcoming opportunity for anyone within this organization. And what I'd like to do is make sure that the resources that I bring match the resources that your organization is going to bring to me. Now, I don't know if that actually got me that role, but what I do know is that each of us has a whisper. And each of us also has our own version of a dented refrigerator. It could be a loss of headcount, could be loss of budget, or it might just be a failed project. But whatever the case is, when you start to think about what your dented refrigerator is, what I need for you to do is start to step into that negotiator's mindset. I need you to stop thinking about how can I wait until the opportunity comes to me to speak up and start creating the opportunity for yourself. I need you to stop thinking about negotiation as only money. There will be a time to negotiate the money. But you have to think about how can I influence opportunities? How can I make things work better for me? And so when I think back about my father, and I think about that summer of 1984 and that master class, I want to make sure you have 3 things that I mentioned before, but you may not have written them down because you likely don't have that negotiator's mindset. The first is clarity. Make sure you know exactly what it is that you want. The second thing is courage. Have the courage to ask and think about it as a win-win for both. And then the last thing is commitment. You gotta see that thing through until the outcome is even better than you could have imagined. And with that, you won't just change the conversation, you'll actually change the outcome. Thank you.